every time that I put it into forward or reverse, the solenoid would click. See the blue and the red wire, so this would provide 36 volts to the carts, and here on the red wire is where it gets its main 36 volt feed. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Car Smart TV. I got another one dropped off to me today, and did a little investigating on it early to see, just see what was going on. And so let's get into what I got here. It is an EZGO TXT. It is a 98 model. So when it first showed up, the gentleman said I put new batteries in it because it was getting real slow over time. It was slowing down more and more and more over time, and he thought, well, maybe it's just my batteries, so he put batteries in it. Didn't solve the issue. So when I go to see if I can get it to move and pull it in and find out what's going on, it wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't go with the pedal or nothing. But what I did notice is every time that I put it into forward or reverse, the solenoid would click. And so right off the bat, that tells me that the micro switch that's in the floor underneath the mat was probably messed up and in an open position to where it would make the solenoid contact no matter what you did, forward or reverse. And so what I found was that the micro switch was absolutely tore up. You can see it there all bent up. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and put a new micro switch in, and now I've got it operating properly off the pedal. Still would not run though. So what I did was I moved over here, and I got my meter out, put my meter on the DC volts, so I hooked up my gator clip onto my negative lead here from the meter, hooked it to the main negative of the battery pack, and I started just testing all the small stuff like the 36 volts that comes into the F and R switch. And then I tested the 36 volts that comes to the key switch wire, which is your blue one right here. Let's see if I can get a little bit better picture for you. There you go. You can see the blue and the red wire. So this would provide 36 volts to the cart's forward and reverse switch from the cart. And then you're going to get your feed to the key switch from your blue wire here. And so we found that that was fine. It was providing what it needed to. So I decided to move over here to the controller's harness, and here on the red wire is where it gets its main 36 volt feed. And so you would just do the same test by putting your meter's lead on the main negative of the battery pack. You put your red lead in the little slot right down here, and when you push the pedal you should get battery voltage, which we did. And then I did the same thing for the 36 volt power into the controller. That was good. And then I tested the two lugs here together. They provided battery voltage, which was good. And then you go from, you're going to be testing the M minus on the controller to make sure that it's putting out to the motor. And so to do that, you're going to bring your lead off of the negative, you're going to bring it to the positive lead, and then you'll take your other lead of the meter and you're going to touch the M minus. You're going to push the pedal down and you should get full battery voltage, which is leading to the motor. And that's exactly what I got. I got that voltage going right to the motor, but I still got no run. And so at that point, I decided I'm going to unhook the cables from the motor. Got me a jumper, and I went from S2 to A1 on the motor. It's hard to get a good pic for you there, or a good shot of it, because it's so close to the battery pack. It's hard to get the camera in between there. But I went from this lug here and then to the A1 lug on this side below, on the lugs that's below these two. I tightened those nuts down on the jump wire, and then I put 12 volts on the armature side, and then I put the ground, which I did with like a jump box or a big battery charger that provides a 12 volts, jump start. Well, when I hit the button for the jump start mode to try to get it to turn over, it wouldn't do anything. And then, so I took my meter, and I started to do the test of, you're going to test this lug to the same lug, which is going to be your armature side. I tested this side of the armature to the other side of the armature. I got no continuity, which is a good thing. Then I took the armature and tested it to the body of the motor. I got no noise, which is a good thing. And then I tested the magnetic field from one lug to the other on the magnetic field side, both same lugs, and I got noise. So that's not good. That means this motor actually has a short in it. Alright guys, so after the motor test we done here, we had a good used one that we could slide in here for the customer, and that's what we done. And so we are going to take this thing for a little trip now. Alright, here we go. Alright, back to normal. And sometimes it just takes a little bit to figure out these things, guys. But as always, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, guys. And as always, God bless you all. Have a good one.